What is going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of Football Manager 2022. We are still with Lille, and we have our game today against Lorient. I'm just going to go through some of the transfers. First of all, there's a few things that have happened. We brought in some new coaching team, so hoping that makes a bit of a difference this season. Obviously, we lost a lot when the previous coach went. Bit of a shame. But we have lost a couple of players as well, so just go to them. So we let the young Niassi go out on loan, which is fine. Got a couple of fees for the youngsters here as well to bring us some little bit of money there. We obviously let go that Jardim last episode, and unfortunately, Karnezis really wanted to do a transfer to Roma, which I can understand. So we let him go for 210k. He's 36, so it's not the end of the world. And you see here we just did a bit of a part exchange for another keeper, him for another backup keeper that we wanted. He wasn't going to be playing, so that's fair enough. And then we let our 24-year-old centre-back, who isn't going to play, now we've got all our centre-backs that we brought in. So I think last episode you saw up to Alvarez coming in. So we had to sign two keepers because we let two keepers go. So we brought in Carlos Ahmad on a free transfer. He's previously played for Deportivo La Coruña. I actually had him last year on that save, and he was fairly good. He's only 26, so he's someone that can just sort of stay around, but he's not on too much money. And then we brought in a youngster for 1.5 million who's got a decent potential, and he's only 19, so I think we've done well there to get rid of the aging keepers and bring in a couple of younger versions of them. Obviously, they are going to be playing as backups to our number one currently, who's on loan to us. So potentially, these guys do well. They can be our starting keeper next year, depending on how that goes. Now, if we go to the schedule, you can see here we have left you previously on the 1-0 loss in the Trophy of Champions. That was a 1-0 loss. We have since played Metz, where we got a 3-2 win. Difficult game. We did let score on the 79th and then instantly conceded. Omar Niassi, which I'm pretty sure is the guy that used to play for Everton. Yep, that's the guy. Good little player in this division, I would imagine. So he probably scores a few goals for Metz. Wouldn't be surprised if he does. We then went to Nice, who we obviously were thinking of doing the save with previously, and they beat us. We got an equaliser with Burak Yilmaz. The 36-year-old has actually been banging in some goals for us. He's got 3 in the 4 games, so he's someone that's actually hard to take out of the team, even though we probably want to use some of the younger players to get them game experience and to gain their potential, really. And then we actually went to Saint Etienne and lost the game 2-1 also. So at this point here, I was a bit like, I'm a bit worried here because we conceded 2 goals in that first game. We're averaging 2 goals conceded every game, and we lost 2 of them. So I then switched up the tactics, which I'll show you in a minute, and we actually went away and won 5-1 at Montpellier, which is a fantastic result. Bamba getting a couple of goals, Yilmaz again getting a penalty for us, and Sanchez and Jonathan David getting a goal as well. So it was very nice to get a really comfortable win there. And you probably see further down this list, we actually have our Champions League group now. So reasonably hard group. We may be able to get second. If not, then we'll aim for third because then we get the Europa League. You never know what can happen in Champions League. The home ties are probably the key ones to get results in if we can. But with Real Madrid and Ajax, it's not going to be an easy task. And then if you get third, then Europa League football. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not too sure. I'm not expecting too much in the group, but we'll see. Lorient today, who are sitting in 18th, so I'd like to think we'd get a victory. Depending on how long that game is, we may actually play the Madrid game as well, but we'll see how it all pans out. So going to tactics, now you look at this and you're thinking, 5-2-3? Ryan, are you sure? Yes, I am. I've actually played this in my Brighton save, which I did offline, and it worked reasonably well. We ended up finishing 6th, so thought, you know what, we brought in some centre backs. A lot of them have experience. We've actually got a left centre back, two left-footed centre backs, so we can actually play that position with the wide centre backs. Obviously, eventually Font will go, so we'll probably look for another one to fill in his role there next season, potentially, if he does retire. I'm not too sure how that will plan out, but he's our best centre back at the moment, so hopefully he doesn't. And then we've got a couple of wing backs now. Bradrick is a youngster, he's 21, and he's got extremely good potential, so I want to be playing him really, and he can play in the role that we want him to. I got him as complete wing backs just simply because I just felt it worked in my last save, so give it another go here. Seki Silic is obviously a good player as well. He's 24, I just gave him a new contract so to keep him happy, which is good. He had some interest from some big clubs in terms of Palace and Porto. Then got Sanchez and Yusuf. Yakatsi. It's not the ideal position for Yakatsi, but he can do that job. And obviously we also have a few other players in the team that could fill in them roles as well for us should we need to. And then up front, because Burak Yilmaz has been scoring goals, Alcaraz is just come out from injury, so we'll probably have him on the bench for this next game. And then we've got some nice bit of pace on the wings here with Bamba and David. Just going to go a quick pick here just to fill out the bench positions. I don't think if we have enough. We do. I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, I don't know. Do you know what? Andre coming in is fairly nice. We'll give a rest to Katsi in that midfield position. You've got Icone for the pace coming on. Burak Yilmaz is on there as well, which... Do I want to play Yilmaz? And we'll give Julian a start because he hasn't played much this season already. And we've got Timothy Weah there. So we've got some nice bench options. And I actually want to bring in Pedro Diaz for Thiago Giello, just for the fact that he's a new signing and an exciting one as well. So let's kick off this game in our new formation that we played last game to see how it goes. We do need to give a squad number to Bajic, who's that goalkeeper I showed you, who signed from Saint Etienne, and we'll go into this. And hopefully we won't have any issues today in terms of the game lagging slightly in terms of the in the match engine sort of thing. But we'll see how it plans out. So it looks like we're loading in a little bit slow, which is it hasn't been doing when I'm not recording. So it does seem like it's a recording issue. But we'll see how it plans out, and hopefully it's a bit better for you today. So, okay, it looks like the time's going a bit quicker than it previously was in the last episode, so we might be alright here. Andre has a corner here, he whipped one in, and Jose Font has put us 1-0 up within 2 minutes. It's a fantastic, fantastic start. I think it lags slightly there, and there's a small bit. I don't know what I can do. I might have to have a bit of research off to try and fix that, but hopefully that was you're able to see what happened there. And we got up to 4th, so we are now we've got the win last game and the hopefully get one here. We are again pushing up with PSG, who are on 10 points but have played a game less, and you've got Lyon up there with Monaco closely following. So not too unusual. Teams you expect to be in where they are. With PSG probably going to win their next game because they are just absolutely dominant in this league, and they are their goal difference is pretty high. So yeah, it's going to be a tough season to match them. But again, like I said, if we can keep getting Champions League football, keep getting that money in, do decently in the cups, and then hopefully build out this squad to getting some world-class players in, some good talents. Obviously this season we had limited resources, so we had to make a few free transfers, Mangala being one of them. But he's been okay. Here's Bamba sprinting down the right. Can you get a ball in the box, or is he going to go alone? He gets in the box. Alcaraz is there, and the decision to play him over Burak Yilmaz has paid off there. And Bamba did some excellent work along that right-hand side to get a ball in the box. And Alvarez has done the business. So the £5 million signing is starting to play its dividends. So Laurent has the ball here. Hopefully there isn't too much that happens. Sanchez looks to be chasing and pressing it down. So what this formation does and why I went for it is that the wing backs, I love having wing backs. And with a new wide centre-back option, it really does give that stability at the back for having the extra defender, but also getting the crosses in from the right and left when you have good wing backs, which luckily we do here, that have some nice attributes to get crosses in and have fairly decent pace and work rates. And then you've got the pace up front in terms of the pressing forward with Bamba and Jonathan David, and then we have a couple of decent strikers, and box to box, deep line midfielder in Sanchez and Andre really will work well in terms of not going up too high in terms of attacking wise. Hold back and let the wingers go up and get that ball under control and whip it back out to the wings or the pressing forwards to get the chances. So it seemed the tactical move that I've made here does seem to work, and I feel like I've found a tactic that worked not only in my Brighton save offline, but also with Lille here as well. And I actually feel like we have better players associated to this team compared to my Brighton save. So with the tactic playing out like it is, and the players understand the tactics better as the more they play in them and the training in them, then you never know what can happen, and we could actually have a really, really good season. That's the aim, obviously, and we are on the attack here. Andre's got an edge of the box, plays it into Font, who has then found Sanchez, who finds Bamba, plays a great ball into Alvarez, and what a goal that is from Lille. And it may be called offside here. The referee is blown his whistle. He's going to check VAR by the looks of it. Hopefully we get the goal. And unfortunately it has been disallowed. I did think maybe we might be on there, but we haven't unfortunately managed it. But it happens. It's going to be like that sometimes, and other times it will go your way. So Lorient have a corner here. They've whipped it in, and there's a chance, and they've still got the ball. The ball edge of the box. Boysgun into Lafree, and it's gone sailing out for a goal kick, which we'll take 100%. So the first half is going to plan, and we are really, really enjoying the save so far. The aspect of it having a nice wide range of young players, as well as being able to bring in a few players here and there on a bit of a shoestring budget, has been really, really nice and fun to see. And obviously, as these players develop, we'll probably be able to sell some of them should we want to, and bring in some good fees to bring in some extra talent. But I'd imagine the more we qualify, the more money we'll get in, and the next few seasons, as we progress, will probably get a little bit easier as we build out this team. But I do like the setup as it is at the moment. Actually, there's a lot of talent in this squad, so we should do all right. And Lorient hopefully won't get a goal here before half time, but they have got the ball in midfield, and if he swings it out left there, they've got a bit of an avenue to get a ball in. Going to play it through the centre instead. Nice little 1-2 there. He chipped the keeper, and it's just gone wide, thank God. And it looks like we're going to get into half time here, or not. We may even have a chance ourselves. So Font has got it. He's going to smash it out to the right into Silek, and he plays it down the line to Bamba, who chases it down, but we have given away possession, and Lorient are going to play it around the back here a little bit. Bamba's won it back in midfield. He switches over the top to Jonathan David. David has got it. He's gone for a shot off the crossbar. It's the keeper, and it has been cleared. And we're very, very unlucky there not to get our third goal of the game. But I'm liking how things are going. I really, really am. And this tactic is creating a lot of chances. And with the attacking talent that we do have in this squad, we are going to score goals. So that is the aim. And as long as we can try and concede less, we have a good opportunity to win a lot of games in this division and build this Lille team to become a dominant force. Despite winning the league last year, obviously they had a lot of changes in the summer, so they're a little bit unstable at the moment. Some big players sold, and obviously manager leaving for, I think it was Nice. He was really well rated in France, but I think he maybe supported them, or he kind of just felt that they had more money or they had more potential as a club. So he went there. They brought in someone, but obviously we replaced him as we started to save. And I'm absolutely okay. I'm happy that we chose Lille, to be honest, even though we were thinking of going for Nice. I actually think I prefer the squad of Lille. I love the fact that we've got Jonathan David and Bamba, and it has a nice talent for that midfield in Sanchez and Andre. And it just gives you that real base to progress the team while still being a team that can sort of challenge or be a team that can actually compete with the other teams in the league. So we are really, really happy with our decision here, and still doing all right in this game. I'm not too sure if you guys have played in France since the COVID pandemic, but you actually do get a fair few subs. So I think we get at least 4. I've only put 4 on in my previous games, but you may end up getting a 5th as well. But we're going to switch it around here a little bit and get some fresh faces on. We'll bring on Weah, Yilmaz and Piad. And we'll bring on Pedro Diaz, who hasn't really played much for us in midfield for Andre. And we will continue into this game with only 20 minutes left here. So I think this probably will be the only episode today. I feel like we're probably not getting thrashed against Real Madrid. And I think if we just do one game per episode, especially with the little lag spikes, keeps it more. When we're in the menus, it runs a lot better than it does when we do, record the actual game footage. But again, I'll just do something similar where I play 4 or 5 games, depending on how many there is in the month, and then give you a bit of a rundown of how we did, who we brought in, should there be anyone. Probably won't be till January now. And give you an update on some of the key players that are doing really well, looking at some of the potential players coming through, and players that maybe aren't playing that we could actually get some fees for in January or in the summer. But yeah, really happy. We look really solid in this game, actually. I know we were only playing Lorient, but they've not caused us too many problems, and had some nice attacking moves in terms of the goals that we scored. So Lorient have got an attack here with 10 minutes to go. Ideally, we don't want to concede here because it's there's still time for them to get back in the game if they do score. We've got Le Goff here on the left-hand side, who's whipped one in here. It's been headed over the bar from Morphy, and we got away with that one there, which we will take with open arms. We've got Mangala here into Botman. Now, I think it's Sven Botman. Rated really well. I think a few Prem clubs were after him in the summer. I think even Liverpool were looking at him at one point. So he might be someone that develops into a world-class centre-back. So we'll keep an eye on him over the years and try and not let him go if that's a possibility. But Lorient again have the ball here. They've switched it wide, but we've won it back. And the pace of Bamba could be destructive here for Lorient. He finds Renato Sanchez in midfield. He puts out to Botman, the wide centre-back, making a nice little ball forward and a little run. And Timothy Weah. What a goal that is. His dad was a legend and he wants to become one too. What a finish that is. Coming off the bench and making an impact. Nice young talent from the USA. And he puts us 3-0 up and we should cruise to victory now. Hopefully Lille won't have a chance, but it's gone out for a goal kick. And we're looking very nice here. Okay, it does look like we get 5 subs by the fact that the assistant is recommending we take off Renato Sanchez. I don't know if we're going to do that, probably running out of time here to do that, but it's nice to know that we do have some extra subs available to us in this league where we can keep things fresh, especially with the Champions League campaign. That's available to us. The fact that we won the league last year, we qualified for it. We're wasting do we waste some time? No, we'll keep it as it is. Allow the game to play out. We might have another chance for another goal here. Pierre plays in Bamba on the right hand side, who finds Pedro Diaz into Bamba. Bamba finds Bradrich. I need to work out how to say his name. Bradrich, I think it is. Who has a chance, but the keeper saves it. And there's about a minute left here. It's very likely that we're going to get the win, which is good because it'll be back-to-back wins in the league, pushing us up towards the top end. We have conceded late, which is very disappointing, and but it's not, it's probably definitely too late for Lorient to look at coming back at all. And we look like we're going to get the win here. Yes, we do. Full time, 3-1 win for Lille. Very good result away from home. It's never easy to go away and win comfortably. I nearly skipped the team talk. Tell everyone, nice work. You did brilliant. And we'll get out of this game and have a look at where we are in the league. After our press conference. Don't know about you guys, but I just hate the press conferences. I just think they're a bit of a waste of time. I know they have a little bit of morale impact on your team, depending on what you say. But yeah, they're just not really for me. And I know I can turn them off and that, but if I can just fly through them, skip through them, and it has a bit of an impact on my squad, then that's brilliant. Can't be registered with the next match. Why? Did I not include him? Oh, I want to include him. Oh, I can't include him. What? Is there someone here that I don't really care about? Can I take Ahmad out and play? Oh, I don't want free keepers. Do I need free keepers? No, I don't think I do. Where is it gone? Bradrich. Right, yeah, we put him in. Alright, that's good because we want him. And actually, because he's homegrown, okay, he needs to be in there. Alright, is there anyone else that doesn't need to be in here that's in here? No, we need all of them. Why can't we? I'm going to tell him. One racial goalkeepers are allowed to play if 2 racial goalkeepers are injured. Fine, right? We have 4 slots available. I'm so confused. What is going on here? Can we not actually put him in then? I don't know what's going on there. Maybe Bradrich can't play then. I'm not too sure why. But never mind. He's playing the league and we'll see. Well, interesting. Nice got the -1 point. I don't know if you remember, but last season they all kicked off in a game, I think, with Marseille, and they got deducted a point for it. It's interesting. I mean, that doesn't even seem to make a difference. They're still on 8 points. But we're up to 4th there, as you can see, against the usual suspects at the top of the league. But it's still early days, isn't it? Obviously you've got Real Madrid coming up. I'm not expecting to get a result there, but if we can, it'd be fantastic. But we will see what happens. So yeah, guys, again, another good victory. That's 8 goals in the last 2 games. Unfortunately, we aren't keeping the clean sheets at the moment, but I'm hoping that over time that will start to happen. I'll play out again probably this month and come back in October against Marseille. It was a massive game because I'd imagine they will be up there with us at that point. Obviously, got 3 Ligue 1 games against teams that are 12th, 19th, and 5th. Or Strasbourg are doing quite well. So maybe the Strasbourg game will be a little bit hard, but I'd expect 2 wins in the league in them 2 games there, if possible. And then we've got Real Madrid, which again, yeah, Modric is a doubt, but it's Real Madrid. And then we obviously have an Ajax game, so we would have played 2 Champions League games. By then, hopefully, have a couple of points on the board, ideally in the group. But we'll see. If not, we hopefully we can qualify for Europa League and do something in that, which is maybe more at our level at the moment. In terms of injuries and things like that, risk assessment, yeah, nothing too much going on. Current injuries, that's not one to look at. We haven't got any, so we've got a full squad available to us. Which was great. And in terms of competitions, nothing's changed in terms of that because we haven't gone out of any. Obviously, runner-up in that, which is fine. They weren't too fussed about that. And in terms of finances, before we end the episode, we've got 40 million overall balance, which is fantastic because it means probably potentially next year we'll have a bit more money. Although it does say here minimum guaranteed 7 million, so we may have to build that up. But I feel like if we get Champions League football again, we'll have a decent amount of money, and we have got some players in our squad that are worth a lot. If I just go to all players, go to transfer value. I mean, I say that we actually don't, do we? But we have a lot of talent. They're all quite young, so I guess at the moment the values are quite low. Jonathan David obviously being up right at the top as expected. Interesting, Jonathan Icone is up there. Who's he wanted by? Everton. Maybe we'll get a bid for Icone and he could give us quite a big bit of money, which is, I mean, not ideal because he's a good player, but I feel like he isn't a guaranteed starter at the moment for us. So potentially we may let him go at some point. But we'll see. See when the bids come. We'll get the most money we can out of each player. But the squad is looking a lot better now. We do have a lot of players here that can command some fees, some transfers. They're all relatively young, so that's great. So I'm just trying to play around with this thing here and try and get them out of this main squad and get them into the second squad so they're not in the way. I just hate having loan players. It's just a little pet hate of mine that I don't like to have in there, because then I can actually see my squad rather than having players that aren't even available to me. And then, should I want to have them in the first team next season, we can move them back up again. Who's Thiago Diallo wanted by? Nuremberg. Grenudison is wanted by. Oh, come on, get off the screen. Stuttgart on loan. Timothy Weah is wanted by 12 clubs. Most of them on loan, I think. Yeah, a couple of transfers in there, Freiburg, Mainz, and then Augsburg. But after the goal he scored in the game, he's going nowhere, absolutely nowhere. So, yeah, guys, if you enjoyed that episode, please do leave a like and please do subscribe to the channel for more content. This is the third episode of the series, and it's the third consistent day in a row that I have put out a video, which is impressive for me because, as you know, in the past I haven't been that consistent, but I'm really, really enjoying the game this year, really enjoying how this save is planning out, and excited to see what we can do. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good evening or afternoon or whatever it is in your country. Take care, and I will see you next time.